Ever wish you could, like, I don't know, own a piece of that amazing skyscraper downtown?
Mm,
Or maybe a little bit of a beach house somewhere.
yeah, who hasn't, right?
But, for most of us, that kind of feels like, well, a total fantasy. Like, unless you win the lottery, it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
But what if I told you there might be another way?
Ah.
Like, what if you could actually own a tiny piece of those dream properties?
Okay, now you have my attention.
That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're talking fractional real estate investing.
Sounds interesting.
It is. And we're focusing on EstateX, this platform that's kind of shaking things up in this whole new world of real estate.
EstateX?
Yeah, we got the inside scoop from an episode of Beyond 9 to 5, and, well, I was hooked.
All right, so break it down for me. What exactly is fractional real estate investing?
Okay, so picture this. You've got this incredible property, right? Maybe it's a luxury condo, a swanky hotel, or even a whole office building.
Got it.
And instead of one person or company buying the whole thing.
Which would cost a fortune.
Yeah, exactly. They split the ownership into, like, smaller pieces, kind of like slicing a cake.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So instead of needing millions to buy the whole property,
You can buy a fraction of it.
much more manageable.
Right. And that makes it way more accessible for, well, pretty much everyone. It's kind of like crowdfunding, but for real estate.
I see. That's a great analogy.
So instead of one big landlord, you have multiple investors all owning a slice of the pie.
Interesting. So how does that work in practice, though? Like, who manages the property? Do I have to deal with tenants and repairs and all that?
Great question. And that's one of the really cool things about this.
Oh,
Platforms like EstateX, they handle all the nitty-gritty stuff, finding tenants, collecting rent, maintenance, all that jazz.
that sounds amazing. So it's totally hands-off for the investors.
Pretty much. You literally own a piece of a property and get your share of the rental income without having to deal with any of the landlord headaches. Passive income, baby.
Okay, now you're talking my language. So what makes EstateX stand out? There must be tons of these fractional real estate platforms popping up.
You're not wrong, it's getting pretty competitive out there. But EstateX, they've got a secret weapon. Blockchain technology.
Hold up, blockchain, like the thing with Bitcoin and all that, how does that fit into real estate?
It's pretty clever, actually.
Okay, explain it to me like I'm 5.
Basically, all the transactions, all the ownership details, everything gets recorded on this, like, super secure digital ledger.
A blockchain.
Yeah, it makes everything transparent, verifiable. Anyone can audit it.
So no more shady dealings or hidden fees.
Way less likely.
I like the sound of that. And it probably cuts down on a ton of paperwork too, right?
Totally. Which, let's be honest, is a win in anyone's book.
Absolutely. So how does this all benefit the average person? Why should they even care about fractional real estate?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And here's the thing. It's all about access and opportunity.
Okay, I'm listening.
Think about it. It used to be that only, like, the super rich could invest in big real estate projects. But now, with fractional ownership, anyone can get in the game, even with a relatively small amount of money.
That's a game changer.
Exactly. You can diversify your investments, get a piece of the real estate action, and potentially earn some passive income, all without breaking the bank.
So you're telling me I could potentially own a tiny slice of a beach house in Bali or a cool apartment in New York City?
It's not impossible. It really depends on what properties EstateX offers, of course.
Right, of course. But the possibilities are really exciting. And you mentioned potential gains from property value increases too, right?
Yep. So not only do you get the rental income, but if the property value goes up, your investment grows too. It's a win-win.
Wow, this is starting to sound pretty tempting. But are there any downsides or risks? There's no such thing as a free lunch, right?
You're absolutely right. Like any investment, there are risks involved.
Like what?
Well, one thing to keep in mind is liquidity.
Liquidity.
You know, how easy it is to sell your investment. With stocks, you can buy and sell them pretty quickly. But with real estate, it can take a bit longer to find a buyer.
Ah, so it's not like a quick cash grab. It's more of a long-term investment strategy.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
So yeah, you got to be in it for the long haul. Just like with traditional real estate, you got to be patient and ride out the market fluctuations.
Right.
So to wrap things up, it seems like fractional real estate could be a really smart option for people who want to get into real estate but, don't have millions lying around.
Agreed.
And EstateX seems like a pretty solid platform to do it with, but with the blockchain technology and the whole passive income thing.
It definitely piqued my interest.
Me too. So for anyone listening who's like totally intrigued and wants to learn more, what would you suggest they do next?
Well, I think the best place to start would be the EstateX website. They've got tons of information about their properties, their whole process, and all the benefits of fractional investing. It's a great way to dip your toes in the water and see if it's a good fit for you.
Solid advice. And for everyone listening, as you're thinking about your next investment move, ask yourself this. Could fractional real estate be your ticket to, building a more diverse portfolio and generating some passive income? The future of real estate might be a lot closer than you think.
You might be surprised what's out there.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.